I was standing in front of the Eiffel Tower, about to bite into the most perfect croissant I'd ever seen, when my phone rang with a number I didn't recognize. Hello? Hi, is this Rachel Miller? A professional female voice, slightly harried. Yes, speaking. This is Jennifer from Chateau Gardens Event Center. I'm calling about the outstanding deposit for your wedding reception. We still need the remaining $42,000 for the 100-table booking, and the event is in 6 weeks. When can we expect payment? The croissant fell from my hand onto the cobblestones. I'm sorry, what wedding? A pause. Papers rustling. The Johnson Miller wedding on July 15th. You're listed as the primary contact and guarantor. We have your signature on the contract. My heart started pounding. Ma'am, I have never signed any contract with your venue. I'm not even engaged. There's been some kind of mistake. Oh. Her voice shifted from professional to concerned. Oh my. Miss Miller, do you have a moment? Because we have your full legal name, your phone number, your email address, and what we believed was your signature authorizing a deposit of $8,000 with the balance due by June 1st. I sat down hard on a nearby bench, my perfect Parisian morning dissolving around me. Can you tell me whose wedding this is supposed to be? The bride is listed as Amanda Johnson. The groom is Brian Johnson. Of course it was. Amanda, my cousin, the golden child of our extended family who had spent our entire lives reminding everyone that she was 3 years older, infinitely more mature, and vastly more deserving of family resources, attention, and support. I need to call you back, I said, my voice shaking. But to be absolutely clear, I did not authorize this booking. I believe someone may have used my information without my consent. Jennifer's voice went very quiet. I see. Miss Miller, I think you should know that if this is a case of identity fraud, we'll need to pursue legal action to recover our deposit. The person who signed that contract is legally liable. Understood. I'll be in touch within 24 hours. I hung up and immediately opened the family group chat I'd been ignoring for the past week. I'd been trying to enjoy my first real vacation in 3 years without the constant buzz of family drama. Now I scrolled back through the messages I'd missed. There it was, 5 days ago. Aunt Linda, so excited for Amanda's big day. July 15th will be here before we know it. Grandma Eleanor, my first grandchild to get married, such a blessing. Amanda, thanks everyone, the venue is gorgeous. Chateau Gardens, the same place where the mayor's daughter got married. Only the best for our special day. Cousin Mark, wow, that place is expensive. How'd you swing that? Amanda, family helps family. I felt ice water flooding my veins. Mom, Susan. Rachel, honey, did you see Amanda's venue choice? That message had come 2 days ago. I'd been in the Loire Valley, wine tasting, blissfully offline. My fingers flew across the screen. Me. Just got a call from Chateau Gardens asking when I'm paying the remaining $42K for Amanda's wedding. Anyone want to explain why my name is on a contract I never signed? The response was instantaneous. Aunt Linda. Oh, good. You finally checked your messages. Amanda was trying to reach you. Amanda. Rachel, calm down. I was going to talk to you about it. You weren't answering your phone? Me. So you used my name to book a venue without my permission or knowledge? Grandma Eleanor. Rachel Marie Miller. There's no need for that tone. This is your cousin's wedding we're talking about. Me. My name. My phone number. My signature. None of which I authorized. Amanda. Look, you have good credit and you're single with no expenses. Brian and I are still recovering from buying the house. We needed someone to stand as guarantor, and since you're family, I figured you wouldn't mind helping out. It's not like you're actually paying for it. We're paying, just under your name. I read that message 3 times, waiting for my blood pressure to return to something resembling normal. Me. You forged my signature on a $50,000 contract. Aunt Linda. That's a very harsh word, Rachel. Amanda just put your name down. It's not like she's asking you to actually pay. She and Brian will handle all the payments. Grandma Eleanor, Rachel, a wedding is a once-in-a-lifetime event. Amanda is family. I'm disappointed that you're making such a fuss about helping your cousin on her special day. Amanda, plus you're in Europe right now, so it's not like the venue can really come after you or anything. You're literally out of the country. By the time you get back, we'll have made the payments and you won't have to worry about it. There it was. The real reason she'd picked me. She thought I was safely out of reach, unable to interfere. Easy to manipulate because I'd been raised by my endlessly accommodating mother to avoid family conflict at all costs? Me. Amanda, I need you to call the venue right now and remove my name from that contract. Amanda, I can't do that. We already paid the deposit. If we change the contract now, we lose the $8,000. Me. Not my problem. Grandma Eleanor, Rachel, that is $8,000 of your cousin's money. Money she and Brian saved for their dream wedding. You're really gonna let that go to waste over paperwork? Aunt Linda, I'm shocked at how selfish you're being. When I was your age, I would have been honored to help family. Mom, Rachel, honey, maybe we could all talk about this when you get home. Me, no, Mom, we're talking about it now. I took a screenshot of every message, then opened my laptop and started documenting everything. Call logs, emails I'd never seen, contract details I'd never agreed to. Then I called Chateau Gardens back. Jennifer, this is Rachel Miller again. I want to formally state that I did not authorize this booking. I did not sign any contract, and I believe my identity was used fraudulently. I need you to remove my name from all documentation immediately. Miss Miller, I appreciate your situation, but we have a signed contract. If you're disputing the signature, you'll need to provide evidence that it's forged. We'll need to involve our legal team. Please do. I want a full investigation. I also want copies of every document with my alleged signature. I'll be consulting with an attorney. I understand. However, I need to be clear. If your name is removed from the contract, the current deposit holders will need to provide an alternative guarantor immediately or forfeit the deposit and the date. That's between you and them. My name should never have been on those documents. I hung up and returned to the group chat, which had exploded with messages. Cousin Sarah, wait, Amanda forged Rachel's signature? Uncle Tom, that's identity theft. That's actually illegal. Aunt Linda, everyone needs to calm down. It's not that serious. Rachel is overreacting. Grandma Eleanor, Tom, don't be dramatic. This is family business. Me, Grandma, this is fraud. Amanda used my legal identity to enter a binding contract without my knowledge or consent. That's a crime. Amanda, oh my God. Rachel, you're going to ruin my wedding over a technicality? Me, you ruined your own wedding when you decided to commit fraud? Brian, Rachel, please. Amanda's been planning this for months. Can't we work something out? Me, Brian, did you know she used my name? A long pause. Brian, she said you'd agreed to help? Me, I never agreed to anything. She never asked me. Amanda, because I knew you'd make a big deal out of nothing. You always do this, Rachel. Everything has to be your way. God forbid you help family without making everyone jump through hoops. Grandma Eleanor, Amanda has a point, Rachel. You've always been difficult about family obligations. I felt something crack inside me. Not break, crack, like ice that's been frozen solid finally developing fissures. Me, difficult about family obligations. Let me tell you about family obligations, Grandma. When Uncle Tom needed bail money, who did he call? Me. When Cousin Sarah's car died, who co-signed her loan? Me. When Aunt Linda's basement flooded, who sent $2,000? Me. I have been the family ATM for 6 years, and I have never once asked for repayment or recognition. But apparently, that just taught everyone that I'm easy to exploit. Mom, Rachel, me. No, Mom, I'm done being quiet. Amanda didn't ask for my help. She stole my identity because she knew I'd say no. And now everyone's mad at me for not going along with fraud? Aunt Linda, you're being extremely dramatic. Amanda made a mistake in judgment, but your reaction is way out of proportion. Cousin Mark, no offense, Aunt Linda, but if someone used my name to book a $50K venue, I'd be pretty pissed too. Cousin Sarah, yeah, this is actually really messed up. Amanda, wow, thanks for the support, family. Nice to know who my real family is. Me, your real family is whoever's willing to commit fraud for you? Interesting definition. Grandma Eleanor, that is enough. Rachel, Amanda is getting married in 6 weeks. This is supposed to be the happiest time of her life, and you're ruining it with your stubbornness. I am asking you, as your grandmother, to let this go. I stared at that message for a long time. In the background of my Parisian cafe, tourists laughed and took photos. Couples held hands. Life went on, beautiful and uncomplicated. Me. No, Grandma Eleanor. Excuse me? Me. No, Grandma, I won't let this go. Amanda committed fraud. She forged my signature. She deliberately used my information while I was out of the country because she thought I couldn't fight back. That's not a mistake in judgment. That's calculated manipulation. And I'm done being the family doormat. Aunt Linda, if you go through with this, you'll regret it. You'll tear this family apart. Me. Amanda tore this family apart when she decided my identity was hers to use. I took a breath and typed the message I'd been building toward. Me. I've spoken with Chateau Gardens. They're removing my name from the contract and launching an investigation into the forged signature. Amanda and Brian will need to provide a new guarantor immediately or lose their deposit and their date. I've also documented every message in this chat where Amanda admits to using my information without permission. If necessary, I will provide these to law enforcement. The group chat went silent. Then, Amanda, you bitch. Aunt Linda, Rachel, you are making a huge mistake. Grandma Eleanor, I cannot believe a granddaughter of mine would do something so cruel. Brian, Jesus Christ, Amanda, what did you do? Amanda, shut up, Brian. Brian, no, seriously, you told me Rachel had agreed. You said she was happy to help. You lied to me. Amanda, I didn't lie. I just didn't think it would be a big deal. Cousin Sarah, Amanda, you literally forged her signature. How is that not a big deal? Uncle Tom, Eleanor, I think you need to step back and look at this objectively. What Amanda did is actually illegal. Rachel would be well within her rights to press charges. Grandma Eleanor, Tom, whose side are you on? Uncle Tom, the side that doesn't commit fraud, Mom. Aunt Linda, Rachel, if you go through with this, don't expect to be welcome at family gatherings anymore. Me, Aunt Linda, if the price of family gatherings is letting people steal my identity, I'll happily pay that price. Mom, Rachel, honey, please call me. I did call her. She answered on the first ring. Rachel, sweetie, I know you're upset. Mom, did you know about this? No, of course not. Amanda told me she'd talked to you about helping with the venue. I thought you'd agreed. I've been in Europe for 2 weeks. How would I have agreed to anything? She was quiet for a moment. Oh, Rachel, I'm so sorry. I should have questioned it more. Mom, why does everyone in this family think it's okay to expect me to pay for things? To fix things? To just hand over money whenever someone needs it? Because you're capable, honey. You have a good job. You're responsible with money. You're generous. I'm a doormat. No, you're not. Yes, I am, and I've let myself become one because I didn't want to cause problems. Because you taught me that keeping the peace was more important than standing up for myself. I love you, Mom, but I'm done with that. She sighed, long and deep. Your grandmother is going to be very angry. Grandma has been angry at me for existing in Amanda's shadow my entire life. This doesn't change anything. What are you going to do? I'm going to finish my vacation, I'm going to come home in 10 days, and I'm going to establish some very clear boundaries about what I will and won't tolerate from this family. And Amanda's wedding is Amanda's problem. After I hung up, I returned to the group chat one final time. Me. Let me be very clear about something. I have spent years being the family safety net. I have lent money, co-signed loans, covered emergencies, and asked for nothing in return. I did this because I loved you all and wanted to help. But love is not a license to exploit. Helping is not the same as being used. Amanda didn't ask for help. She stole from me. She forged my signature. She committed fraud. And instead of holding her accountable, most of you are angry at Emmy for refusing to be a victim. That tells me everything I need to know about how this family views me. I'm not an ATM. I'm not a doormat. I'm not a resource to be exploited when convenient and criticized when I establish boundaries. I'm done. Grandma Eleanor, you're making a mistake, Rachel. Me. No, Grandma. The mistake was letting this family treat me like this for so long. I left the group chat, then I blocked Amanda's number, then I ordered another croissant and the largest coffee they had. My phone buzzed continuously for the next hour. Aunt Linda. Grandma Eleanor, Amanda using Brian's phone. I ignored all of it and walked along the Seine, watching the river reflect the late afternoon sun. Around 7 p.m. Paris time, 1 p.m. back home, I got a call from Jennifer at Chateau Gardens. Miss Miller, I wanted to update you. We've removed your name from the contract. Miss Johnson has been informed that she needs to provide an alternative guarantor and full payment by end of business Friday or forfeit the deposit and the date. Thank you, Jennifer. I also wanted to apologize. We should have verified the signature more carefully. This is a significant lapse in our protocols. I appreciate that. For what it's worth, Miss Miller, I've been in this business for 15 years. Family weddings bring out the absolute worst in people. You did the right thing protecting yourself. After she hung up, I sat in a small park and watched Parisian children play soccer while their parents chatted on nearby benches. Normal families, functional families, or maybe just families whose dysfunction hadn't exploded into fraud yet. My phone rang again. This time it was Cousin Sarah. Rachel? Hey, Sarah. I just wanted to say, I think you're completely right about all of this. What Amanda did was insane. Thanks. Also, Grandma just called an emergency family meeting at her house. Apparently, Amanda's completely losing it because Chateau Gardens won't give her more time, and Brian's family is threatening to pull out of the wedding because they just found out about the fraud thing. Good. Rachel, are you okay? I watched a little girl with pigtails score a goal and jump up and down with joy while her father cheered. Yeah, I said. I actually am. The next few days brought a tsunami of family drama that I observed from 6,000 miles away, like watching a reality show I'd finally stopped participating in. Amanda posted a long Facebook rant about fake family and people who abandon you in your time of need. She didn't mention the fraud part. Several mutual friends reached out to ask what happened. I sent them screenshots of the group chat and let the evidence speak for itself. Grandma Eleanor called my mom and demanded she talk sense into Rachel. My mom, for the first time in my memory, said no. Uncle Tom started a separate family group chat without Grandma Eleanor or Aunt Linda, titled The Sane Ones. It had 12 members. We mostly shared recipes and dog photos. Brian called me from a number I didn't recognize. I answered because I was feeling generous. Rachel, I am so sorry. I had no idea Amanda did this without asking you. She told me you'd agreed to help and were excited about the wedding. Brian, you're about to marry someone who commits fraud and lies to you about it. Maybe think about that. I know, I am thinking about it. We've postponed the wedding. You what? I told her I'm not marrying someone I can't trust. She needs to make this right with you and prove she's capable of honesty. We're in couples counseling now. I didn't know what to say to that. I'm not asking you to forgive her, Brian continued. What she did was inexcusable. But I wanted you to know that not everyone in this situation thinks you're the villain. I appreciate that, Brian. For what it's worth, I hope you're enjoying Paris. Amanda showed me your Instagram. It looks incredible. I hung up and posted another photo of the Louvre with the caption, "Sometimes the best decision is the one that disappoints people who never respected you anyway." It got 83 likes, including one from my mom. On my last day in Paris, I was having breakfast at a cafe in Montmartre when my phone rang with a number I recognized. Grandma Eleanor. I debated not answering. Then I decided I wanted to hear what she'd say. Hello, Grandma. Rachel. Her voice was different, smaller. I owe you an apology. I nearly dropped my coffee. What? I spoke with Tom and Susan. I saw the screenshots of the contract. I talked to the venue. Rachel, I didn't understand the full scope of what Amanda did. I thought you were just being stubborn about helping family. I didn't realize she'd actually forged your signature and used your identity without permission. She admitted it in the group chat, Grandma. I know, I didn't want to see it. Amanda's always been my favorite. That's not fair to you or the others, but it's the truth. And I think I've enabled her to become someone who thinks rules don't apply to her. I didn't say anything. I'm not asking you to forgive her, Grandma continued. I'm asking you to forgive me for pressuring you, for making you feel like you had to accept being treated badly just to keep the family together, for playing favorites, for not protecting you the way a grandmother should. My throat got tight. Grandma, you were right to stand up for yourself. I'm proud of you for doing it, even though it took me too long to see why it was necessary. Thank you, I whispered. Are you coming to Sunday dinner when you get back? I don't know yet. Well, if you do, I'm making your favorite pot roast with those little potatoes you like. I smiled despite myself. We'll see. After we hung up, I sat there for a long time, watching the Sacre Coeur glow white in the morning sun. My phone buzzed with a text from Mom. Dad and I are picking you up from the airport. No arguments. We're taking you to dinner, and you're telling us all about Paris, and none of us are mentioning you know who. Another text, this time from Uncle Tom's group chat. Cousin Mark had posted a meme about standing up to family drama with the caption, inspired by our girl Rachel, who reminded us all that family doesn't mean doormat. 14 laughing reactions. I finished my coffee and opened my banking app, looking at the $42,000 that was still mine, still safely in my account, still not paying for someone else's fraudulent fantasy wedding. Then I booked a massage for that afternoon and a nice dinner for that evening. Because here's what I'd learned in Paris. Besides the fact that French pastries really are superior and the Eiffel Tower is somehow even more beautiful in person, you can't control how people treat you, but you can control whether you accept it. You can't make people respect your boundaries, but you can enforce consequences when they cross them. You can't force family to value you, but you can stop devaluing yourself to make them comfortable. Amanda's wedding was her problem. She'd eventually figure something out, or she wouldn't. Either way, it wasn't my emergency. And for the first time in years, I felt something I hadn't even realized I'd lost. Free.